When a woman reaches a season where God is all she has left, something holy begins to unfold. This is not the conclusion of her life story. This is the moment where her becoming begins. There are seasons when life quietly removes every familiar voice, every trusted support, every relationship she thought was permanent. The noise fades. The crowd thins. And what remains is silence. And God. What you're walking through right now is not random. It is not punishment. It is preparation. Stay with me, because this is not just encouragement. This is confirmation. Your loneliness has meaning. Your quiet has purpose. Your isolation is fertile ground where God is shaping something eternal. Let's begin. 1. When people step away, God steps closer. There are moments when God allows others to move out of the picture, not to wound her, but to reveal himself more clearly. When the phone goes silent. When familiar faces disappear. When support systems collapse. Scripture tells us that Paul stood alone, yet the Lord stood with him. That truth becomes real to every woman God is calling deeper. When human strength fades, divine presence becomes undeniable. God is not threatened by her loneliness, he works through it. He allows disappointment so she can discover faithfulness. This is not rejection. It is realignment. Public miracles are often born from private seasons. Jesus was affirmed in public, but strengthened in solitude. In the same way, a woman is often shaped in isolation before she is trusted with influence. The wilderness is not punishment, it is God's workshop. 2. When life becomes quiet, God's voice becomes clear. A noisy life makes it difficult to hear a gentle God. So sometimes, out of mercy, he clears the room. Conversations end. Relationships shift. Messages go unanswered. Not to break her, but to still her. God often speaks in whispers, and whispers require stillness. In that stillness, prayer changes. Scripture becomes nourishment, not routine. Dependency shifts. God removes supports to reveal inner strength. Many women are taught to rely on others for reassurance, stability, or approval. But God knows that true strength is discovered only when dependence shifts to him. So he removes what she leans on. Sometimes it's people. Sometimes it's plans. Sometimes it's control, routine, or image. What feels like loss is actually freedom. God isn't failing her. He's feeding her differently. When what she thought she needed disappears, she discovers who she truly needs. God is not dismantling her life. He is rebuilding her identity. Pain becomes a teacher, not a destroyer. Pain is uncomfortable, but it is powerful. When a woman has only God, pain becomes a classroom. It refines, strengthens, and prepares her. Biblical women before her walked this same path. Misunderstood, broken, weary. Yet, their pain drew them closer to God, not further away. Tears became prayers. Suffering became surrender. Brokenness became purpose. Pain does not disqualify her, it equips her. The struggle of today becomes the testimony of tomorrow. Alone with God, she rediscovers her identity. When opinions fade and expectations disappear, God finally has room to speak truth into her identity. No longer shaped by validation or rejection. No longer defined by comparison or labels. She sees herself through God's eyes. Chosen, seen, becoming. In solitude, she begins to recognize the strength within her. The courage, the faith, the calling. Her loneliness becomes a place of growth. Her silence becomes sacred. Isolation builds unshakable faith. There is a kind of faith that can only be formed in solitude. Not convenient faith. Not surface-level faith. But deep, tested, unmovable faith. Faith that praises without evidence. Faith that trusts without answers. Faith that stands even when God feels silent. This woman becomes spiritually dangerous, not because she has everything, but because she has learned to trust God with nothing.